2018.
I'm going to try to hook this camera in that tripod. That's my plan. There's nothing here.
We welcome
Go on this side. You see on the front.
Clover Belt Conference leaders, the Eau Claire Regis Ramblers, and the Rambler fans. The Ramblers being introduced as a team. Tonight is the last regular season home game for our seniors. SC Football would like to thank them for their contributions to the program. We're going to introduce the SC Rocket Seniors. Number 2 is Evan Geringer, kicker. Number 5 is Ethan Meese, tight end, defensive back. Jared Mandel is number 8, quarterback and defensive back. Number 16 is Jacob Dick, split end, defensive back. Number 21, Eric Dennard, split end, defensive back. Number 25 is Carson Hildebrand, running back, linebacker. Number 58, offensive defensive lineman, Daniel Clark. Number 61, offensive defensive line, Nate Carroll. Number 65, offensive defensive line, Logan Schernitz. Tanner Kleinschmidt, number 66, offensive line and linebacker. And Colton Walker, number 75, offensive defensive line.
Spencer, Wisconsin, as we are set here for high school
here
football
are the
in central
2018
Wisconsin, and we've got a big-time
Rockets.
Clover Belt matchup here with the Spencer Columbus Rockets, number 3 ranked in Division 5, hosting the number 3 ranked in Division 6, Regis Ramblers. So we got Ramblers, Rockets, battle for first place. Both teams undefeated, 7-0 in the season. So obviously undefeated in conference, and what appears to be a division championship game, a conference championship game right before your eyes here in Spencer, Wisconsin. And we are about to get set here as we have National Anthem coming up right now. And then we will be ready for football. Audio is good. Homecoming here for the Rockets today. Electric home audience here. Home crowd gathering here at around 5:30. A lot of them watching the Brewers out in the parking lot. That was pretty cool. And, we'll get you a Brewers score. Had Brewers 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll have a chance to look that up.
Bands,
right after the national anthem. So again, Rockets, Ramblers, number 3 conference championship game coming up. Our pregame show today brought to you by Hiller's True Value. Hiller's True Value in Marshfield is your Milwaukee tool headquarters. $100 off your next Milwaukee tool purchase. No trade-ins needed. Hiller's True Value is your Milwaukee tool headquarters, South Central Avenue in Marshfield. color guard here in Spencer. Members of the local American Legion here doing a fantastic job in our pregame ceremonies, getting us ready for football here today. A gun salute. American flag waving proudly in the middle of the field. Freshly painted SC logo. I don't know what else you could ask for here, aside from the fact that it's essentially a conference title game happening right now. So again, Hiller's True Value brings it all to you here in the pregame show. Hiller's True Value is your Milwaukee tool headquarters. No trade-ins needed. $100 off your next Milwaukee tool purchase. Go on and see my friends over at Hiller's True Value, South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Again, football here is upon us as the Ramblers come onto the field, and they will receive first.
They will miracle minute to benefit Morgan and his family.
Take the football first and get things started here. The Rockets will kick, which means the Spencer Rockets will get things started in the second half. And some strategy there. We can get into that here throughout the course of the first quarter. But you know, one of those things you want is at the end of halftime, if you can have it, get a little momentum going, maybe even punch one in, and then you get the ball first in the second half. It's kind of a 1-2 punch in football, and you see that at all levels, high school, college, the NFL. Common strategy there, and you can understand why. You get that lift right before halftime, and you get the ball right back again at the start of the third quarter. The Rockets potentially set up for that, but as it is, Ramblers here, and got Brandon Bodendorfer is going to produce for us tonight. Jason here at the Celeste Sports Show on the call. Glad to have you. We've got 4 live football games across the Tri-Media Zaleski Sports Network tonight, and 4 big ones. Stratford is over at Marathon. You can catch that game simultaneously. My recommendation here is to turn all 4 of them.
Is there anybody in the crowd who can run the clock? It seems that one of them wasn't the blank.
The Stratford at Marathon. Got that game happening right now. Undefeated Marshfield Tigers. Last game at Beal Stadium. Taking on the DC Everest Evergreens. And then if that's not enough for you, got a heavyweight battle going on in the Central Wisconsin Conference as the Pittsville Panthers host the Almond Bancroft Eagles. Screaming Eagles. 4 huge games for you tonight, all brought to you in part by Tri-Media Zaleski Sports. Happy to have you aboard here. Of course, the real reason this all comes to you is our sponsors, and sponsors like Hiller's True Value, Partners Bank, V&H Automotive, Sport and Spine Clinic of Auburndale and Marshfield, Wheelers GM, so many more, and you'll see them scroll across the bottom of the screen here. And they're the ones who bring this live football to you, and my request of you is to go down, and you're going to have to spend some money on some of these things anyway, so you might as well spend them on the ones that help to bring you free football across Wisconsin. And other sports too. Actually, just had a conversation with Stratford Tigers AD Brad Gruby asking about us bringing every Stratford Tiger football and volleyball player game. Certainly be happy to do that. We would need a couple more sponsors to do that. You can message the page at Zaleski Sports Show. Get a hold of us right here on the YouTube chat, and we'll take a look at that throughout the game. But if you are that sponsor, let us know. We will get you involved and continue bringing free high school sports. And we've got a free big one right now. Jared Mandel, Spencer Columbus, number 8, is set to kick off. Puts his foot into it, and we are underway here in Spencer. Ball taken around the 14-yard line. Brought up and a big return underway here. Number 4, Jack Nikolai. Nikolai all the way into Spencer Columbus territory down to the 23-yard line. A huge return to start this huge game here in Spencer.
Jack Nikolai on the return.
We're going to mark him the 24, the plus 24. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the back there.
First and 10 to the 25 for the Ramblers.
Again, bear with us here as we get our cameras set up here. Getting things scored away here. We will steady our shot here and give you even a more close-up look than we have here. But we are underway here. It's a quarterback keep and a couple yards on the keep there.
Kate Osborne carries.
Kate Osborne on the carry.
Tackled by Gavin Kilby.
Osborne wears number 21. They give him 4 yards on the carry. So 2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Ramblers. Handoff up the middle. And the Rocket defense gives up a few more.
Andrew Ernstmeyer, tackled by Hildebrand. First down.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Ramblers.
Andrew Ernstmeyer, number 20. So 10 quick yards for the Ramblers, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. As we see number 61, Nate Carroll, come off the field holding his hand. Looks like he's going to need to get his hand figured out there. He's a tough kid, so we're going to have a look at him here on the sideline. See if he's able to get back out there momentarily. In the meantime here, the handoff here, brought down from behind. Here's number 22, Hayden Reinders.
Tackled by Logan Sherman and Carson Hildebrand.
So Reinders picked up about. Takes the snap. And lunges forward there. It was kind of stopped up there for a little bit and then kind of lunged ahead. Gain of 4 on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd and about 5.
Kristen Root carries.
Kristen Root actually had the handoff there, so gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 5
3rd
from the
and
10 yard
5 from the 10.
Isaac Michaels brings his group up under center. Ramblers may have had a quick start there, but no flags on the acceleration there in the back.
Hayden Reinders.
Reinders picks up a bunch of. And off around, nice move put on there, and a touchdown Ramblers.
Kristen Root,
Tristan Root. Jump cut back to the inside, and the Ramblers strike first here in this Clover Belt heavyweight title game. just under 4 minutes on that drive, or just under 5 minutes. My apologies, about 4 minutes and 51 seconds on the drive. 8-play drive put on by the Ramblers, 24 yards, capped off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Tristan Root. Ramblers line up for 2. Handoff here is through and good. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Ramblers go up 8-0 here with 8:09 left in the first.
Ertzmeyer.
Nasonville Dairy, cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually, that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility. And our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968. And
Bacon with the ball. Takes it back from around the 13, makes a couple misses up across the 30 to around the 33-yard line is Bacon. And the Rockets will start their first drive of the game from their own 33-yard line. And it was the Ramblers striking first here. 1-yard touchdown run by Tristan Root. It was 8-play, 24-yard
at the 33.
Drive for the Ramblers, and they were set up nicely on the kick return, taken all the way down to the Rocket 24-yard line. And like I said, just 8 plays later in the end zone for a score. Spencer Columbus here looking to match that effort as Mandel brings his group out here for the first time tonight. Bacon in motion, handoff up to our cameras mounted up on the tripod, and we'll give a crystal clear, up close and personal view for you here in Spencer. But for now, here we go, 2nd and 8, and the handoff to Bacon on the end around, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play as Bacon was hauled down from behind and behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like number 62, Tommy Schmidt, led the charge for the Ramblers. So again, number 3 ranked Spencer Columbus Rockets, Division 5, number 3 ranking. Regis with the number 3 ranking over in Division 6. So 2 number 3s going at it here, and essentially for what is the conference title today, right now, right here in Spencer. 3rd and 10 upcoming. Bacon in motion, comes all the way around on the wheel route. Throw out here to Bauman. Bauman shakes and not able to shake his defender, and he's hauled down out of bounds. Right near the 37-yard line or so. He's going to be about 4 yards short. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Rockets. Got to see Hayden Bauman on our weekly Zaleski Sports Show 3 to see. We had 4 outstanding contestants. Bauman did happen to place 4th, but they were only separated from 1 to 4 by 21 votes. And that is just a remarkable vote difference for all the way across the board from 1 to 4. And you will be able to see the 3 to see this week and every week, Sunday, sometime around 1 or whenever yours truly gets done with lunch. And see if we got time for a quick commercial break here. As, we will take one. Ramblers will start from the
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, family owned.
Back here in Spencer, Osborne with the carry coming out of commercial there. Gain of 3 for Cade. 2nd and 7 upcoming. A couple score updates. The Brewers win game number 2 in the NLDS, a commanding 2-game lead now over the Rockies. That series will head to Colorado over the weekend. The Brewers in the catbird seat in that series. They win 4-0 today. And football score over in Stratford, Tigers up over the Marathon Red Raiders 14-0. Nice run there as turn around to get a number that looked like it was Root, and it was. Root, a gain of 4. And we've got a third and a strong 3, almost 4 coming up here for the Ramblers.
Third down.
Handoff up the middle, and he's going to be stopped there. Rockets able to get off the field here, or at least push the Ramblers into a 4th down scenario. After 21 there, Cade Osborne with the carry. Gain of about 1 for Osborne. And the punt team does come on for the Ramblers.
Ball marked at the 27.
So just across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Again, 4th and 2.
4th down.
Punt team on for the Ramblers. Punt return set up here by the Rockets. Jacobson and Bacon back. High snap. Brought down, and it's going to be, the ball's going to bounce just across the 50 down to the 47-yard line, and the Rockets will take over from near midfield at their own 47. That's where they'll start possession number 2 here in Spencer. Oops. And kind of the game we expected here, as we're 4:22 left here in the first quarter. Regis 8, Rockets, Spencer Columbus Rockets, nothing. Second possession here for Spencer Columbus. Handoff to Bacon around the outside. Austin Bacon with a burst of speed across the 50 down to the, across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. 15-yard gain by Bacon.
First down, Rockets.
It's Austin back in plus territory. He's 2 carries, 12 yards now. His first carry was a loss of 3. And he's back in regular shape now and back in the black. And the Rockets are in the black into Regis territory for the first time today. Bacon in motion. Handoff up to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt powers ahead, rips out of 1 tackle, lunges forward to around the 30-yard line. We'll see if his knee came down before then. They're going to mark him down at the 32-yard line, a gain of 5 by Hildebrandt.
Ball at the 31.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and a long 4 here for Spencer Columbus.
Second down.
Mandel again in the pistol. Hildebrandt behind him. Bacon in the slot near side. Bacon in motion. The whistles blow ahead of the play. And we have a penalty here on the Rockets. Put them back 5 yards. So 2nd and 4-ish becomes a 2nd and long. Illegal procedure, the call on Spencer Columbus. Mandel again puts Bacon in motion. Bacon with it around the outside. He's swung down And out of bounds, number 5. It looked like Jonah Forden. Long way across the field there to see all the way down. Bacon a loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd and 10 upcoming. 15-yard run for Bacon, and then two backwards stats. And brings up 3rd and long here with 3:19 left in the first quarter. Regis over Spencer Columbus 8-0 here in the first quarter. Early goings here in Spencer. Pass here, Mandel out to his right. Screen set up. No blocking, though, here for Hildebrandt. And he's going to be hauled down at the 35-yard line. Screen took maybe a little bit too long to develop there, and Ramblers able to knife through the blocking line. Attempted to be set up there by the Rockets. They didn't really get that set up either. So 4th and 8 here from the 35. And Mandel's going to drop back here in punt formation. One of the advantages of having your quarterback also punt is you can do some extra things here, keep the defense off balance, but he will punt here and punt over the head of the returner is going to fall down around the 5-yard line and will
fall down at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10.
Touchdown there. So we'll take another quick break here. We'll come back here for the remainder of the first quarter. It's Regis 8, Rockets nothing. That's 10%.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability
and off
is
here
what
up
we
middle,
stand for.
22 again.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration,
Reinders
developing new
carry.
fields, and problem solving for the real
Stop
world.
for about a gain
It's a
of
great
1 on the play.
place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
You have to see the Ramblers
Apply
throw a
today
pass,
at UWSP.
there's not a whole lot of reason to. They're able to move the
UW-Stevens Point
ball
is
fairly
home.
efficiently on the ground right now.
2nd and 8, ball at the 7.
A lot of plays run by Regis, and not a single passing play to this point. And off here coming to the near side. And a run out of bounds there by Mandel, but not after a first down is gained by Jack Nikolai. Well, they are going to mark him just short. They're going to give him it's about a 3rd and 2. It looked like he would have got a more favorable spot here on the near side, but indeed did not. So still, though, gain of 7 on the play for Nikolai. We're having a technological breakthrough right behind me here. We'll bring you again a little bit better camera feed here momentarily. As that handoff up the middle goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Gain of 1 by Osborne. And they do mark him off first down there for Osborne. So fresh set of downs for the Ramblers. So 1st and 10 from the Rocket 15. They got exactly 10 yards. Then pass here and wide open down the field here is number 9, Tristan Root. And I had just mentioned they hadn't had a pass play yet. Saved it up, and it was a big one. They mark him down at the 43-yard line. Gain of 42 on the play on the first pass. Pitch and catch there.
Rocket territory at the 43.
Michaels to Root. And the Ramblers are in business here in Rocket territory again for the second time in the quarter. 1:05 left. Again, Ramblers already lead 8-0. We're looking for more here in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle to Reinders. And Reinders is going to scratch out a few more. A gain of about 4 on the play for Reinders.
Reinders carries. Kilty, Jacobson on the tackle. Ball at the 40. Second and 7.
Second and 7 upcoming here for the Ramblers. Root around the outside. Jumps over one and brought down, and flag comes in late. That's likely a holding call on the end of that offensive line for the Ramblers.
Flag in the field. Ramblers holding.
And indeed, holding is the call, so that'll back up Regis 10 yards. Be second and long upcoming for the Ramblers. And we look like we're going to end the quarter here. So we're going to end the quarter with Eau Claire Regis over Spencer Columbus 8-0. Second quarter action upcoming.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. V&H Automotive Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chile, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota Powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located just north. To feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and every...
Pass hit complete.
You can keep talking.
It's unplugged.
Oh. Still here.
Pass attempt on second down was incomplete as we were coming back from commercial there.
Third and 16.
Too long for Jack Nikolai. It's going to bring
Ball
up
at the Rocket
third and
48-yard line.
16 from just across the 50 into the Spencer Rocket 48. Michaels brings his Ramblers up to the line of scrimmage. Single back behind him, puts Rooney in motion. Rooney all the way over around to the outside. Hand off to Ernstmeyer. And Ernstmeyer is going to be twisted down. A gain of about 3 on the play is going to bring up fourth and long for the Ramblers.
Tackled by Hildebrand, Jacobson, 4th and 11. From the 44.
Jacob Dick, and okay. So punt upcoming here, and fair catch called for. And the Rockets will take over from the 17-yard line.
Caught inside the 20, it looks like about the 17.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Spencer Columbus from that point. Over in Marshfield, into the first quarter there, it's the Tigers up over the Evergreens, 7-0. Spencer Columbus defense able to hold the fort down after a big pass play in that last possession there, as Mandel keeps here and puts his head down and plows ahead for a gain of 11. Jared Mandel, first down. Rockets bench here enthusiastically cheering on their offense on the field. But as I was saying, Regis, a big 40-plus yard pass play, got them out of the shadows of their own end zone and up across the 50-yard line, and then the holding penalty really kind of doomed that drive, and then the Rocket defense buckled down. So 1st and 10 here from the 27-yard line. Mandel fake to one, hands off to Bacon. Bacon slipping down the sideline on the far side, and another big run by Austin Bacon. There's an option there as Mandel put the ball in the bread basket of Hildebrandt and then took it out and gave it to Bacon instead. Mark him down at the 42-yard line. That's a big 14-yard run for Bacon. Did we survive? So 1st and 10 from the 43. Mandel again in the pistol. Hildebrandt behind him. Handoff comes to Bauman here, all the way racing to the near side of the field, and he's brought down. Another tackle for a loss by the Ramblers.
Tackled by Andrew
Ernstmeyer with the tackle. And it's a loss of 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd and long for the Rockets. Ramblers push the Rockets back to the 40. Mandel again in the pistol. Hildebrandt behind him. Bauman in motion. Handoff goes to Hildebrandt. And Hildebrandt will scratch out about 3 on the carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Rockets.
Stopped by Peterson.
Again, we continue to work through our camera issues here. I think we're probably pretty close to getting this figured out. 9:34 to go here before half. Regis over Spencer Columbus 8-0. Regis scored on their very first possession after a big kick return, set them up on the Rocket 24. And then it was a 1-yard punch in by Tristan Root, and the 2-point conversion was good. Mandel drops back to pass as Ethan Meese over the middle. Meese past the 50. And he's going to be hauled down about a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 for Spencer Columbus.
Tackled by Root.
Mandel, a perfect 3 for 3 here on the day so far. Rockets keep their offense on the field. The Regis crowd is into it here, and the Rockets fans cheer on their Rockets, and we've got a false start. And the 4th and 1.5 now becomes 4th and about 6 for Spencer Columbus.
False start.
Number 36, Andres Rodriguez comes in. He's going to come.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life,
My name is Marissa, and I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple.
Pacing on the Spencer Columbus sideline here as he figures out exactly what he wants to do. But he's going to need still a sizable gain here with 14 seconds left on 1st and 10 to have any inclination to use any of those timeouts. And he's going to have a false start here. I think we had about 3 rockets moving. And we had both Meese and Bauman CFL style running forward before the snap, and we had an offensive lineman also lurching forward. So 1st and 15 now, ball pushed back to the Eau Claire Regis 49-yard line. And we will have, we're going to reset the game clock. It ticked a second off, so we're going to put another second back on the clock. I'm not sure what matters more now, the seconds on the clock or the yardage between where the ball is now and where it needs to go to have any points put on the board here by halftime for the Rockets. Mandel, back to pass, looks right, comes back left, screen set up for Bacon. And Bacon comes back inside, and he's across the 40. Timeout called with 6 seconds left. Ball is marked inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. Mandel stays perfect passing today. He's 5 for 5.
But 6 seconds, I don't know if that's enough time to get the job done here. As we're going to keep it right here as we kind of talk through some possibilities here. And now one possibility, we see Evan Daringer, place kicker for the Rockets, warming up here on the sideline. He's got a big leg. But Rockets going to need probably at least 20 yards here, I would think, to set up a reasonable chance at a field goal. I'll let Daringer prove me wrong, but first things first, Rockets got to move the ball and get things going here. 37, it'd be a 54-yarder from where they stand right now.
Well, Jason, I want to let you know, give a little game update here. We had a pretty rough start to this game. Our camera was set up. We're positioned outside here by the press box, and we get ready to start tonight. Our camera fell from the press box about 20 feet below. So
it did.
About halftime here, we'll show you our $800 lens right now that looks like Swiss cheese. So yes, we were using an iPhone for a little bit, trying to improvise. We want to thank the 200-plus people that are watching tonight as we get back to watching the Spencer Columbus take on Regis.
All right, Mandel here, drops back to pass. Clock ticking faster than he's able to get this ball off, and he's going to down the middle of the field, and the pass is incomplete. Zeros on the clock.
Pass incomplete.
Mandel took a lot of time there scrambling, and by the time he let the pass go, zeros, time had expired, and so we will leave the first half with Regis up 8-0 over Spencer Columbus. We'll be back for second half action after this.
Took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
DNA V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with
Welcome
new
to the
Ford,
Hillers
Lincoln,
True
Chrysler,
Value
Jeep,
pregame
Dodge,
show.
and Ram
Hillers
trucks.
is your Milwaukee
Our professional
tool
staff
headquarters.
of
Stop at
factory-trained
Hillers
sales
now and
associates
get
and parts and service
$100
personnel
off your next
are here
Milwaukee
to serve
tool
you.
purchase.
Our business
No
managers
trades
use
needed.
more than a
Hillers
dozen
will not
lenders
be
to
undersold.
ensure you
Hillers
the
True
lowest
Value on
rates
South
anywhere.
Central Avenue
From
in
Marshfield to
Marshfield.
Wausau, Wisconsin
Welcome
Rapids to
to
Stevens
Coach on the
Point, or
Couch.
Colby to
I'm your
Medford.
host, Jason
We are a short
Zaleski, and
drive
we
from
continue
anywhere for friendly
our
service and
2018
very competitive
football
pricing.
preview. And
Come
with
see
us on the
V&H
couch
Automotive today.
is Spencer Rocket head coach Jason Gorst. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to have a good time. We're going to learn a little bit more about you. We'll learn a whole lot about Spencer Rocket football and who knows what else we'll get into here during the show. But so as we get started here, people that are new to the audience or maybe new to Spencer Columbus football, how long have you been coaching and how do you stay motivated to keep coming back every year?
Well, this would be my 8th year as a varsity coach there, and you know, it's a big part of, I think, kind of my family's life as a whole, and so definitely have that support from home, and the work ethic that our kids and our coaches put in is pretty fantastic. So it's really just a pleasure to be there and a great opportunity in that sense from my perspective.
One thing I forgot, and so just for those watching here, I usually prep the coaches ahead of time for everything we're going to talk about. But one thing I forgot, and Coach, I promise it's not a trick question. Right. Just talk briefly about the partnership with Columbus Catholic, and then the kids that come over and how they contribute and how they make the team what it is.
Yeah, it's really a fantastic relationship that grows. You know, I think year in and year out, we continue to grow that relationship between the two schools and the communities, and kind of create that one unique, you know, SC community and SC family. So, you know, there's a lot of support, I think, on both sides, both sets of parents, both communities, and once we get out on the football field, we don't really then even notice, you know, as far as who's from Spencer, who's from Columbus, anything along those lines. So there's just been a lot of supportive people along the way, and you know, few logistics here and there that we have to figure out, but it's been a great thing. It gives kids the opportunity to play football that might not otherwise have the opportunity. And just that ability to grow and work together as a team, and it's pretty neat just to see how all the guys get along, and you know, it's all as one team.
Yeah, and it looks like it even extends beyond football. As I travel around Central Wisconsin all year long, throughout all the seasons, I see Spencer kids at a Columbus game or Columbus kids at the Spencer softball game. So it really is just a big community. Is what it's turned out to be, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like I say, there's just a lot of, you know, really good people involved on both sides, and you know, kind of to the point where, like I say, once we're up and running, you lose track of who's who, and it really doesn't matter. So it's been a great thing, and creates opportunities for kids.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Thanks, Coach, for that. So as we look back to 2017, here's a couple scores from last year: 54-22, 62-8, 54-0. Just your thoughts on 2017.
Overall, I thought that it was a very good season. I thought we performed well for the most part. We were pretty dynamic, I think, in all three areas of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. So overall, it was a very good year. A little bit short of what we wanted to accomplish in some areas, but nonetheless, anytime that you're winning 9 football games in a year, it's tough to do, and the kids should be proud of their accomplishments.
Yeah, and it was fun for us to watch. We got a chance to do a number of highlights of the football games last year. Also live streams. We'll be doing live streams again in 2018, along with highlights, and you can find all that at ZaleskiSportsShow.com and on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. So you talked about maybe it didn't end exactly the way that you wanted. Those kids that are now seniors and juniors, they were juniors and sophomores last year during that playoff run. You won the first playoff game. And then ran into Amherst, and as it turns out, a lot of teams ran into Amherst and bounced off. Just talk about what that experience now means and how that can translate to action on the football field this year.
Yeah, the experience is great, and anytime you go against good football teams, you learn something about yourself, whether as a coach, as a player, as a team, and there's nothing else that can really replicate those types of experience. So when you look at a team like Amherst, and you look at a team like a Stanley Boyd or an Eau Claire Regis, you know, playing in those games is extremely valuable, and having the number of kids we have coming back, having had those experiences, I do think bodes well. You know, it's a little bit different sometimes in those games, and how you handle situations, and we want to just continue to improve in those situations.
Yeah, and Coach, I'll give you a chance now to call out maybe just a handful of those seniors that are on this year's team, and what you expect out of them and the whole senior class this year.
Yeah, we do have a nice, very experienced senior class coming back, and they've played a lot of football. They love the game. They've been very motivated. I've been very impressed with the pace of practice and whatnot, which a lot of times is dictated by our older kids. And so when you look at, Logan Schernitz is a really, standout two-way player on offense, defense. Carson Hildebrandt, both at running back and linebacker. Jared Mandel has a lot of experience at quarterback for us, really entering his third year as a starter. That's a really big piece of things. And so when you look at the number of those kids, those three kids, you throw in like an Ethan Meese as a defensive back and a tight end. A lot of these guys have been playing since they were sophomores. So not only are they experienced seniors, they're a little bit more experienced than a lot of times you'll see.
Yeah. Coach, you mentioned a couple of those names. So hitting newsstands all across central Wisconsin here in the next couple days is our Fall Sports magazine. You had an opportunity to be interviewed for the magazine. We even put your picture in it. How about that, huh? And then Jared Mandel and Logan there inside the magazine. They can folks can pick those up all across central Wisconsin and right there in Spencer as well. So we're really proud of that magazine. I think we're going to have some good fun with it. And like you said, some of those kids that you called out there got an opportunity to be in the magazine. So we look forward to kind of staying in touch that way. As the season progresses, there's no doubt that you don't finish the season like you started. The team changes, gets better, gets different. Maybe who are some of those others, maybe sophomores, juniors, that have a chance to really propel themselves through the season?
Yeah, that's one of those questions you don't totally know. Coming into a season, you have an idea of your depth chart, and you get into a week or two, and that changes pretty quickly, and you do an inter-squad scrimmage, and it changes more, and a scrimmage and more, and so until you play a game on a Friday night or a Thursday or Saturday, an actual game, you're not totally sure what you have. So I do think there's a number of kids that really could be on the verge of a breakout. I've been very impressed with Austin Bacon. He's really come into camp this year, and both as a running back and as a safety, he's been pretty dynamic. We've got Nate Carroll back, who was kind of a force last year on the offensive and defensive lines. So, those are a couple more kids that I think will be, pretty big contributors. Hayden Ballman had some pretty good experience by the end of last year too as a sophomore, so he's coming back as a junior here. So, those are a few kids, but like I say, we don't know till we hit the game, and every year there's surprises, and it's amazing how much your depth chart changes from, your mini camp through your training camp to game one to the end of the season, and our guys do pride themselves on continuing to compete throughout the year, and I think that's a nice staple of our program that kids are always looking to get better.
Yeah, good. Well, we're really looking forward to the 2018 football season overall, and Spencer Columbus, a big part of that, and to kind of show an example of that. Again, I mentioned live streams here a couple times. Live streams available at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Friday, August 17th, our game of the week is Spencer Stratford. Now, talk about two Central Wisconsin heavyweights, and then you get the chance to go nose to nose with the Stratford Tigers in week one. What are you looking for in that game?
Well, they're a very good team. We're excited to play them. It's going to be physical. They're well coached. They're very fundamentally sound, technique sound, and they have a lot of size and strength too. So I think that, when you look at their defensive line, it's one of the best that I've seen on film, and that's always tough to start up with. So we do look forward to the matchup. Like I say, they're a program that we have a lot of respect for, and very quality program. It's a great measuring stick early on as far as where we're at and where we need to go, what we need to improve upon. So I would expect it to be a very physical game. There's a lot of good football players on the field on both sides of the ball that know what they're doing too. And look forward to the atmosphere. I think to have the two towns, so close to each other there. Both communities travel very well, and so we're anticipating a pretty large crowd. It should be a great environment. One of those, just Friday night high school, football game, Friday night lights, environments that a lot of people look forward to.
Yeah, like I said, Coach, I don't know a bigger game that I could even dream up to start the season. You mentioned the proximity, 11 miles. Some folks, that's pretty short. Some people could even walk if they left early enough in the afternoon. And so you kind of mentioned it. I don't know that there'd be many people left at home in either community. I think that's going to be jam-packed. So get down there early. Game time, 7 p.m. as always. Broadcast starts at 6:40. We're really looking forward to it. Coach, aside from that, that game will come and go, win or lose. There's going to be many more games. How do you kind of handicap the whole 2018 season? Or maybe a better question, what are the goals for the season?
We really have to focus 1 week at a time, especially in our conference. There's a lot of quality opponents, and after week one, we'll have a much better idea of where we are at, and you take a look at some of the other scores around the league and see where other teams are at. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. We know that we'll have tough opponents early and often, and we just have to try to focus in at that one opponent at a time.
Yeah, good. Well, again, Coach, we're very excited about Rocket football this year. I know you are too. The live stream schedule I mentioned a couple times. We'll be at many of your games. Others that will be highlighted, and you're going to be definitely well covered this year. We're really looking forward to it. Thanks for spending time on the couch. I hope it was good for you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate the coverage as always.
Thank you for watching the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Stop at Hillers now and get $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. No trade.
I'm glad I was able to figure something out. What? We're up and running.
Welcome back to Pittsville High School, where the Alden Bay.
Well, now I can hear it. I couldn't hear in the earbuds before. Yeah, turn that part off. That's too much.
All right, back here in Spencer, Wisconsin, Spencer Columbus Rockets 7-0, number 3 ranked in Division 5, hosting the number 3 ranked Division 6 Eau Claire Regis Ramblers, and it's the Ramblers up on top, 8-0. And the Rockets will get the ball first here after half. Let's see what they can do. They built up a little momentum. Sometimes in that 2-minute drill, minute left, you kind of discredit some of those plays because the defense is bend not break kind of defense, especially the position that the Rockets were in. But we'll see what they come out with here. Coach Gorst and the gang had a long talk in the south end zone during halftime. See what the Rockets have to bring here in this game so far. 0 on the scoreboard. Regis again leads 8-0. Take a look at scores around the area. Almond Bancroft leads the undefeated Pittsville Panthers just out of halftime, 6-0 down there. The Stratford Tigers were starting to pull away from Marathon. They were up 35-0 at halftime. Last game at Beal Stadium, last regular season game at Beal Stadium. There will be at least one more postseason game, but Marshfield up over Everest 21-7. Seems like I'm forgetting one, but keep thinking of Milwaukee Brewers. Again, Brewers won today. Took a 2-0 series lead over the Colorado Rockies. They're in the driver's seat in that series. Best of 5. They just got one more to go to move on to the National League Championship Series. Kickoff here taken by Bauman. Bauman slips out of a couple and is met chest to chest here at the 27-yard line. Nice return by Bauman. And that'll get the Rockets set up and ready to go here as they start the first drive of the second half from their own 29-yard line. Over in Osseo Fairchild locking horns with Neelsville Granton 0-0 at halftime in that game.
10, Rockets from their own 27.
See if we get a Loyal score here a little bit later on. Loyal also doing good things here in Central Wisconsin football. Mandel going to carry ahead for about a gain of 4. So again, Almond Bancroft 6-0 over Pittsville. Stratford 35-0 over Marathon. Marshfield 21-7 over Everest. And then here, Regis 8-0 over Spencer Columbus. You can watch any of those 4 games. Just go to ZaleskiSportsShow.com, click on Live Sports. As I do every week, I highly recommend you watch all of them. Borrow a computer or two. Take your wife's or your mom's phone. I don't know. Figure it out. Get 4. We got 4 going right now, and got a good one right here in front of us. Screen pass set up here to Bacon in and out of his hands. First incomplete pass of the game for Mandel. Just 57 seconds into the second half here in Spencer. As the mist, as the second quarter went on, the mist fell a little heavier and heavier as that quarter went on. Now I can just see traces of water droplets floating through the air. Just enough to make all the score sheets and charts in front of me wet. Mandel puts Bacon in motion. Bacon around to the far side. Mandel looks at him, throws to him. Caught at the 35-yard line and brought down almost immediately. It's only a gain of 2 on the pass completion. That'll bring up 4th down for Spencer Columbus. So Bauman comes off for Spencer Columbus. Rodriguez comes on, and Rodriguez has been the up back on the punt team for the Rockets all year, and Mandel drops back in punt formation here in front of us. Back to receive Cade Osborne for the Ramblers. He's going to stand at about the 30-yard line. Mandel will punt it from the 27 and send it all the way back. It hits Meese in the back of his foot. The ball squirts free, but Rockets touch the ball first, so there can be no negative consequence when the punt team touches the ball first. And the Ramblers will take over from right around the 20, looks like about the 23-yard line, as they will start their first possession here of the second half. It was a rushing attack with a mix of 2 passes, and those 2 passes went for 61 yards in the first half, as quarterback Isaac Michaels found Tristan Root for a 40-plus yard pass, and then later found Jack Nikolai on a 20-yard pass. So effective passing, 2 for 2 is Michaels, but all the damage in the first half by the Ramblers done on the ground, and they start the second half on the ground here again. It's going to be a gain of 4. Gain of 4, and it looks like that was Reinders on the carry. I'm going to give it to him.
2nd and 5.
It was his 8th carry of the game.
Ramblers at the 36.
Osborne with 5 carries on the game. Ernstmeyer with 4. And Root with 4 carries. And this one will go to Nikolai. Nikolai around the far side, head of steam, and see where they mark him down. They mark him down ahead of the first down by about, first down marker by about 2 yards. So it's going to be a gain of 6 on the play for Nikolai and a first down Ramblers. So fresh set of downs for Regis up at their own 43-yard line. Michaels tosses the ball back to Reinders, and Reinders with a late push, and he'll have a gain of 6 on the play.
Tackled by Logan Sherman to the 49.
$40 yards on 9 carries for Reinders, as he keeps chugging along here for the Ramblers. Handoff again up the middle. Mandel being pushed backwards as the legs just kept moving. You've heard that a lot if you've watched football at all. Keep your legs moving. And on the first carry of the game for Mitch Merkel, he kept his legs moving and moved them all the way down for a first down. Ramblers now into Rocket territory at the 44-yard line. Run here to the outside, and nice tackle there by Hayden Bauman, as Bauman brought down Osborne.
Tackled by Hayden Bauman.
Safety chain.
And Osborne actually lost a yard on the play, so nice play there by Bauman. Sixth carry of the game there for Osborne. That one goes for a loss. So 2nd and 11 now from the 46-yard line. The mist starts to fall a little heavier now. We're 8 minutes to go here in the third. Michaels keeps, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Big play there. As he turns around here, Tanner Kleinschmidt hauls down Michaels in the backfield. It's a loss of 5 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and long from the 49. So we see 2 receivers come here to the near side. Rooney split out wide. And whistles before the play, and we're going to have a timeout, Regis. 7:29 to go here in the third. Regis keeps their lead 8-0. We'll be right back.
Rambler timeout.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. 3rd and 14 as we're back here in Spencer. Regis with the ball just across the 50. As Michaels play action fake there and keeps and runs it down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 by Michaels. And it's going to make the Ramblers think a little bit here about keeping the ball. Coach Brenner over there is considering a couple things. It looks like, though, he is going to send his punt team out. Michaels able to get 10 of the 15 they needed. They're going to look to pin the Rockets deep here as we come up at 6:55 left to go here in the third. Update over in Stratford. They did finally go to halftime with the Tigers leading Marathon 41-0. And we're going to have a penalty here as we're going to get running or roughing into the kicker. We'll see what it is. But going for the block there. And that is most likely roughing, and it could be a first down either way, and it will be a first down either way as they were 4th and less than 5. So now it's just a matter of how far forward Regis will keep the ball here. So it's running into the kicker. It's a lesser of the two varieties, but the yardage is enough. And the first down is achieved via the penalty, and Regis now will... Well, nope, now they did change the call. It's now called roughing, so... Thought I heard our white hat say running. He said roughing. So down to the 25. It's 1st and 10 from there after the special teams penalty. Michaels under center, takes the ball, handoff here to Rooney. Rooney cuts back in, jumps over one, and finally brought down by Mandel after a gain of 8.
Rooney carry, tackled by Mandel.
Just going to give him a gain of 6 there, so 2nd and 4 upcoming for the Ramblers.
Second down.
Michaels again calls for it. Handoff up the middle. And Logan Schernitz is riding and finally dragging down the ball carrier, Ernstmeyer. And rides him down for a gain of about 2. And we've got an injured Rocket on the other side of the play. And that looks to be Mr. Hayden Bauman there. Well, she's just tying his shoe, so we'll keep it here as Bauman gets his cleats laced up. The Bauman gets his laces straightened out. It's going to be 3rd and short here upcoming for Regis. And we've got a car backing out of the parking lot with their lights on, causing a little bit of a distraction here. So we're just waiting here until the car clears the parking lot. We don't find that very often. But car heads out of the parking lot, and we head back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. Coming up here for the Ramblers. Michaels under center, Ernstmeyer behind him. Root with it, Root with the handoff up the middle here, and Hildebrandt has him wrapped up, but it's another first down for the Ramblers. Down to the 10-yard line goes Root. Gain of 6 on the play.
Hildebrandt, Mandel makes the stop.
It's actually Nikolai on the carry. My apologies. 19 yards on 3 carries for Nikolai.
Brings up a 1st and goal. Chains are off the field. 1st and goal from the 10. Michaels with it. Hands off to Osborne. Osborne ahead for the touchdown. Ramblers in the end zone again.
Osborne, touchdown.
10-yard touchdown run for Osborne. Puts a cap on the 77-yard drive for Regis. And it's 14-0 Regis Ramblers. A lot of excitement over on the Regis side of the bleachers, and with good reason. The Ramblers offensively have dominated this game on the ground. Going for 2 here. Michaels floats one to the end zone, and Rooney up and with it. Let's see if he turns around here. That might have been Root, and it was Root with a jumping catch. And the 2-point conversion puts the Ramblers up 16-0, 5:19 left to go in the third. In between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Back here in Spencer as the night air turns cold. Thankfully, all of you get to be watching from the comforts of your home, staying dry, staying warm, and staying entertained by this Cloverbelt clash here as Regis, again, has essentially dominated this game on the ground. Rockets yet to have an answer for the Regis running attack. 16-0 Regis. And the run up ahead here by, looks like it might have been Bauman. Big hit.
Bauman on a return.
Big hit coming on the right in the middle of the field there. The Rockets will set up shop right on the 30-yard line. 5:13 to go in the third. Again, Regis up 16-0. We'll have a chance to add up some of these yardage totals, but a lot of yards gained on the ground here by the Ramblers today. Jared Mandel, 6 for 7 passing today. But Rockets yet to find the end zone. Handoff here up the middle. Hildebrandt breaks one tackle, and he's up and across the 40. A gain of 13 on the play by Hildebrandt. Just the spark, perhaps, that the Rockets needed.
Rockets first down at the 42.
Again, Rockets have had good success. They've just not been able to, their drives have just stalled out. Playing well between the 30s. In the second quarter, Rockets had the ball on a 1st and goal, and the Ramblers stood up to him, stood him out of the end zone. Again, Hildebrandt, another carry. And it's going to be a gain of 4 this time for Hildebrandt. 6 carries on the game for Hildebrandt to this point. 6 carries, 28 yards is Carson Hildebrandt, and it's going to be 2nd and 6. Call it a long 6, almost 7 here for the Rockets. 7 carries also for Bacon in the game. Mandel, a handful of carries. Bauman with 2. Bauman in motion here. Mandel looks towards him. Bauman on the wheel route. And Mandel now may pull it down and does. Sprints ahead, and he is met at around the 49-yard line. A big tackle there put on by Cade Osborne.
Shot by Osborne.
3-yard gain on the play for Mandel. But Osborne came flying up and met him straight on. And met him straight at the 48 where the ball is spotted now. 3rd and a long 3 upcoming here for the Rockets. Mandel keeps. Mandel across the line to gain and all the way down across the 40-yard line. Big gain there by Mandel, a gain of about 13 on the play. We'll see where they finally mark him. There is a flag, though, down on the far side of the field. Let's see if that has anything to do with that big gain by Mandel. They have him marked on the 40 now, but the Rockets are retreating, and it looks to be a hold or a block in the back here against Spencer Columbus. And it is a hold. So that play does not exist. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and long now upcoming for the Rockets. So just as I was saying a moment ago, the Rockets have done good things. They've put drives together, but holding penalty now is going to stunt the growth of this one. .318 and counting here in the 3rd.
3rd down.
Jacobson split wide here to the near side. Bacon in the slot on the near side. Bauman in motion from the far side. And Mandel keeps, and he's going to have a gain of just a few. That last holding call actually came after the first down or the line to gain was achieved. So rather than your standard holding call at the line of scrimmage, so they marked it back 10 yards from where it was, which was essentially where the previous 3rd down line of scrimmage was. So gain of 3 is going to bring up 4th and 2 here for the Rockets as they're just across the 50-yard line. Big noise being made here by the Rambler faithful. Made the trip over from Eau Claire. And Mandel keeps again, and he's got the first down, and still running is Jared Mandel. Big run by Jared Mandel.
Mandel, first down.
Mandel took off on the keep and just kept his legs going. We saw that a minute ago on the Regis side, as Mitch Merkel showed what can happen when you keep your legs moving. And Mandel, just with grit and determination, ripped off a 19-yard run, and it's a fresh set of downs. That was on a 4th down. Mandel now again in the familiar pistol. Hildebrandt offset behind him to the left. And the handoff goes here to Bauman. Bauman sprinting to the sideline, puts his shoulder down, and he's run out of bounds. See if he was able to gain more than a couple there. They're going to give him 2 yards on the carry, his 3rd carry of the game, and he's back to 0. He had a loss of 4 on his first carry, now back-to-back runs of 2. So 3 carries, no yards for Bauman today. 2 minutes to go here, 2:06. As the clock does not wind after the ball was spotted. Mandel puts Bacon in motion and calls for it. Handoff to Bacon, and Bacon met in the hole. And he was met again by Cade Osborne. Osborne out here putting hits on in the 3rd quarter. A shout out to our friend Molly Monahan. You are welcome. We are happy to stream this for you and stream it free and from the comfort of your, what I'm assuming is a warm place, dry probably, and that's not what it is out here in Spencer. As Bacon going to come off slowly here after the hit put on by Osborne. And he's going to walk gingerly to the sideline as Coach Gorst escorts him to the medical trainer, and he'll finish the walk to the sideline from there. So 3rd and 6 upcoming. Give Bacon a gain of about 2 on that play.
Third and 6. Ball at the 26.
Bacon may have just had the wind knocked out of him, but they're going to double check on the bench to make sure. So 3rd and 6 upcoming here, 1:35 left in the 3rd. Mandel again with Hildebrandt behind him. Puts 1 in motion. Keeps, and he's going to be tackled from behind. Number 54, Henry Thyssen came in, brought down Mandel after a gain of about 1. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for Spencer Columbus.
4th down.
So 4th and 5 upcoming, and again, as I have remarked a little bit ago, Rockets good today between the 30s. They're now down to the 25, and a 4th and 5 upcoming. A timeout. We'll take it with them. Regis leads Spencer Columbus 16-0. We'll be back after this.
And more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Good property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Good property damage.
I'm Marissa, and I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car.
Mandel with it here on the 4th down, and a pass play called, and a catch made by Meese. Meese down inside the 10-yard line. Coach Gorst muscling up his Rockets here on 4th and 5, and perhaps caught the Ramblers off balance there as Meese was running all alone. See where they finally do spot him down here. It's going to be 1st and goal right on the 10, so the same situation that the Ramblers had just a moment ago as they scored from 1st and goal from the 10. We'll see now if Spencer Columbus able to achieve the same feat with 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Mandel with one in motion. It's Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt steps aside one, headed to the end zone. Carson Hildebrandt, touchdown Rockets. Big time run there by number 25, Carson Hildebrandt.
Touchdown, Carson Hildebrandt.
As he bounced off of one Rambler and then sprinted to the end zone. See here, you can almost guarantee here Coach Gorst is going to send his 2-point play out here to Mandel. As they're down 16-6, 44 seconds to go here in the 3rd. The Rockets finally able to make some noise, get the ball in the end zone for the first time here today, almost a full 3/4 into it. And the 2-point team is out. Jacobson split wide to the far side, almost standing alone about 20 yards down the line of scrimmage. Mandel hands off to Hildebrandt, and he's going to be stacked up there, and Regis keeps the Rockets out of the end zone for 2. The Rockets do score, 44 to go here in the 3rd. It's Regis 16, Rockets 6. Operated. Bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, back live here in Spencer as the Rockets gave the home crowd here something to cheer about as they march down the field with a big drive of their own to answer the Ramblers touchdown from earlier in the 3rd quarter, so 16-6 after the 2-point conversion failed. Rockets down by 10. Regis will get the ball here after Mandel sends it into the misty night. Then it could just be up to the Ramblers in this ground attack here to ground out the Rockets. In the 4th quarter, you would think another score here by Regis, probably, with the way they're able to chew up clock, probably too much. Well, that's what's left to be found out here as the ball is taken on a short kick at the 16 by Jack Nikolai. And Nikolai started the game with a big run, and he's Going to end the third quarter here with another impressive kick return, as he's going to take the ball all the way down to about the 41-yard line. That's where the Ramblers will set up here. Actually, they're going to mark him at around I'll give him about the 42. Again, 4 live games for you to choose from tonight. All of them you can watch warm, you can watch dry, and you can watch completely free. Go to ZaleskiSportsShow.com, click Live Sports, and we're going to check in on those games. We go around the horn here, and we'll start down in Pittsville as Alma Bancroft came to town, and they had a 6-0 halftime lead, and got a run here for a couple. All the way across the other side of the field there, Aaron Hazawander picks up a couple for the Ramblers. Bacon back on the field here, and for the Rockets. The Pittsville Panthers came into the game undefeated. Both of these teams, Alma Bancroft and Pittsville, undefeated in conference action. They're playing a game for the top spot in the Central Wisconsin Conference, and it's Alma Bancroft with a 12-0 lead. And we got a game stoppage here. Oh, it's the end of the third quarter. All right, that explains a lot. It's the end of the third quarter. Again, Eau Claire Regis over the Spencer Columbus Rockets, 16-6. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this. V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today.
Autographed Josh Jones jersey. Say that 3 times fast. Roger Treewaller.
We're going to do some testing on our audio here, so just bear with us.
The autographed Josh Jones football, Jennifer Peters.
Back here in Spencer as we begin to prepare for our post-game show, and we were good.
Good.
Okay.
Ernstmeyer carries. Feinschmidt makes the tackle.
We begin to prepare for our post-game show, but before we do any kind of audio testing here, Brandon, we got a fourth and short coming up. We're gonna have a measurement, so now is a great time.